Shout out Chris Kirschner of The Athletic. But the best part is the Atlanta Hawks are interested in Deandre Ayton, but they're doing the smart thing. Won't pay max money, baby. And it's obvious that the Hawks view one of their pathways to getting better via trade is by trading John Collins, and everybody expects it. Chris Kirschner says he's done in Atlanta. Source says close to Collins. And if you guys saw, I interviewed Kevin Schonard of Hawks.com, and he kind of reiterated the same thing. Now, look, the Hawks' big draft night trade that we were all looking for ended up just being sending the 44th pick to the Golden State Warriors for $2 million in cash and getting the 51 pick that they drafted Tyrese Martin. And they didn't, I think they're fine. Ryan Rollins, Josh Minnow. Josh Minnow could be good. Ishmael Kamage, same. Kendall Brown. But, let's be quite frank, that wasn't terrible, okay? And then you could argue, well, Nikola Jokic was drafted in 41st. But rarely do second-round picks pan out. AJ Griffin was a good pickup. But Landry Fields talked about the rumors, and he's kind of just didn't say much. And before the draft started, Chris Kirschner said someone close to Collins said there was a 50-50 shot that he was going to be on the Hawks past Thursday night, but that he definitely won't be on the Hawks past this summer, is what it's being said. So now we wait. There's a chance that he could be dealt for a package that will send DeJounte Murray here, but I feel like that's not going to happen because there's always a chance someone else across the league suddenly becomes available. And I don't think the Spurs want to get rid of DeJounte Murray unless you force their hand. Now, I know everyone's going to be like, well, they just gave him a 5-year, $125 million deal. And it's just because the fields aren't being reciprocated. And now, of course, the Hawks have no interest in Irving, but they would have interest in Durant. And the Hawks have several young players for Brooklyn to be enticed by, because if Durant and Kyrie leave, they're hitting the reset button. And, okay, I want to hear your thoughts. The Hawks could still pursue Deandre Ayton in free agency, and sources tell the Hawks' interest in 23-year-old Deandre Ayton would be contingent on him landing for less than a max contract. That may not be an option, as the Pistons, who have the cap space for a max contract, are expected to be aggressive in their pursuit of Ayton in free agency. And there was some, supposedly there's some disappointment that the Hawks didn't make any splashy moves on draft night, but this is just one of the many days of this offseason, and there's still time for the Hawks to improve their roster. And Landry Fields said, "We've been mandated to get better, and we want to get better." Quote from Landry Fields. It's obvious that the Hawks view one of the pathways getting better is trading John Collins, and everybody expected it. A source close to Collins said he's done. Now we wait for the Hawks to make their next move. I personally, and Kevin Schonard, reiterated my feelings about this. I think John Collins is a stud. He is a guy who is a stud in an era that players of his at his position, specifically power forward, are underrated. I think what John Collins is capable of doing, guarding every single position, I think John Collins has the potential to be a top 5 power forward. Kevin Schonard really sold him on me. And yeah, I just think he's a guy who's underrated. He's sometimes misutilized. And I understand why they're trading him, because he's their best trade asset in terms of what they have. So that does, intrigue me a bit, because I'm a big, fan of John Collins, and I thought he was integral to their success, and he's a big part of why they had some good defense at times. But with him potentially leaving, is that the right move? I don't know. I don't know if it's the right move, but it's what they're going to do, it seems like. And I'm not super excited about it. Also, I want to hear your thoughts. What is the value of John Collins? Like, what would you give him in terms of value? I think at least 2 second-round picks, unless you're trading for an all-star player, then I think no picks need to be involved. I think he can carry the weight if needed. I know he's not perfect, but I think he's better. So I want to hear your thoughts. My girlfriend just texted me if they win the Stanley Cup tonight, if they won. My girlfriend's from Colorado. Well, she lives in Colorado. Her parents are from Colorado. We go to school in Kansas. Or we're probably moving to Florida. Well, she wants Arizona, But with the current laws, because of everything going on, Arizona's kind of looking out of the picture. And I know Florida, the laws could change. It depends on all that. Again, that's that one. I'm gonna marry that woman, so gotta go find a job wherever she wants. Well, she's actually told me to take the best job I can get, and I'll go from there because she's gonna be a lawyer, and she's gonna take this bar exam where it's like double the length, and you can transfer your bar. It's like, let's say the regular bar exam is 50 questions. This one's 100 questions, and basically any state that is part of this, which I think it's like half the states, you can just transfer your bar from one state to the other, so you can practice the law in multiple states. She wants to do a state law, and I'm gonna be a journalist. I'm gonna go on, be like a local news reporter or an anchor. We're done. I hope you guys enjoyed me telling you about my life.